Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Okay, let's talk about some fun stuff. Yesterday was a little bleak with the Katie Sackhoff story and with the Mandalorian and how she came out feeling and stuff. So we're going to talk about Mark Hamill. He shared some stories that I find enlightening and fun. When he came across the Star Wars script at first, he thought he didn't think he was reading the beginnings of the groundbreaking saga that it was. He thought it was a comedy. He actually thought it was a Flash Gordon spoof type thing.
Okay. I
Yeah.
can see that. Sure.
hmm He was on a talk show in the UK when he talked about all this stuff, that he was given some pages to read for the screen test and he couldn't believe the dialogue. He says, the thing is, I didn't get the whole script for the screen test. It was only 8 pages. I thought, who talks like this? So I spoke to Harrison Ford and you know what he said? Hey kid, let's just get it done. He was no help at all. I went to George. I said, George, this is sort of like a send up of Flash Gordon. He went, let's just do it and talk about it later. Translation, let's just do it and never talk about it later.
It's funny, and maybe I can't separate myself from basically knowing that movie my whole life, but I don't know that the dialogue feels that bad in A New Hope, where it feels like where people would hear it or read it and be like, oh, is this a spoof of something? Is this supposed to be bad, or what's going on here? I mean,
You could kind of look at it
yeah,
that way, that maybe it's a little campy at times.
yeah,
You
I
are a
guess.
rebel spy.
I guess I guess part of the thing is you did have some really prestigious actors in there. Sir Alec Guinness and Peter Cushing. I mean, I think they could probably take a recipe on the back of a box and make it sound menacing or exciting.
That they
I mean,
could.
yeah, so there's that. Maybe that's why I don't necessarily think of it as bad or cheesy,
Mm-hmm.
not to a large degree anyway. I don't know, and Darth Vader's just kind of badass and cool, so I don't think of anything he says as I don't know.
He goes on to say, when I was filming, Harrison, to me, was a leading man. I just assumed he was the lead character and I was his annoying sidekick. Then I got the movie, and Harrison must be Luke. Then I started reading it, and I was like, oh my god, it's from my point of view, which is really unusual to tell it through a teenager's point of view. So he thought Harrison
I've
Ford
heard
was
that
the
one
lead,
before,
yeah,
yeah.
and he didn't realize it was written from the point of view of Luke Skywalker.
I mean, I can understand that. Like I mean, Harrison Ford wasn't huge back then, but he'd done a couple things. So,
Well, look at him.
well, yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, there's that too. Plus, he's
Mark
older.
Hamill did look kind of like he'd be the scrappy teen
Yeah,
sidekick, not the character.
yeah. I mean, Harrison Ford was like 33, I think, when A New Hope came out. So he was, probably early 30s when it was all filming, and he looks like Harrison Ford. So, yeah, leading man type material. Where you're Mark Hamill, you're 20 something at that time, and
Mm-hmm.
haven't been anything. So I get where he's coming from there. I can see why he was confused.
What's fun is the next thing he said. He was talking about his character. He said, we shot the scene. I'm Luke Starkiller. I'm here to rescue you. I came
You're
back
who?
I
Sorry,
came
I
back the
had to.
next week and said, why are we doing that scene again? They said, oh, they've changed your name. I said, to what? They said, to Skywalker. He didn't like that. He did not like the name change. He says, let's face it, Luke could use a little machoing up. It sounded like Luke Flyswatter. I hated it.
Wow.
Yeah,
One of the
he
most iconic names in movie
Come on,
history.
Starkiller sounds a
Yeah.
little more badass
Too
than
badass,
Skywalker.
though. Like Starkiller, and we know later on Starkiller will be used for a name of a character, don't get me wrong, but it sounds too much for Luke. It just doesn't sound right at all. I mean, I think that was a great decision in hindsight, obviously.
Because he doesn't look like someone whose last name would be Starkiller.
Starkiller sounds
He's raised
very,
on
yeah.
a farm. He's just an average kid.
Yeah, and of
Sorta,
course,
yeah.
a lot of us have Starkiller, the Starkiller, in our head from Force Unleashed, of course. So you kind of think of that, and you're like, no, that Luke, no, that doesn't make any sense. But that was, I've heard that before. That was the original name.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that Hamill hated it so much.
Yeah,
The
well, I didn't know
switch,
he
but,
hated, Skywalker so much, but yeah,
Skywalker over Starkiller. Starkiller base.
no,
Had to
no
say
one
it.
references that. That didn't happen. It was all a big mistake.
But of course, we know Hamill had a great time filming. He loved doing the role. He talked about how he intentionally played him as a juvenile so that he could have more growth throughout the saga.
What
He
an
wanted him
idea.
in the New Hope to seem like a, a whiny brat, because this was about him growing. This was his
Yeah.
hero's journey.
What a concept that
Mhm.
is, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it works well because Luke, from the first movie to the last movie, Return of the, I mean, I love the way he walks into Jabba's palace at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, just like confident Jedi, like that's
When you
badass.
compare
Where you've
that,
gone from like
yeah.
eating cereal with Uncle Owen and crying about not going to Tashi
I'm
Station
not
to
going
that.
Tashi. No, there's not.
That's a hero's journey.
It
Yeah.
is. He really does emphasize the growth and change in his character, and I do love that.
Yeah.
He does say that they had fun, for sure, which is really odd because you were being paid for being in your backyard when you were 10 years old and pretending you were Zorro or whatever. It was all a blast.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I was 10 years old talking about Star Wars constantly, and nobody would pay me a dime to hear a 10-year-old Thor ramble about Star Wars, and now here I am. People actually listen to me. It's crazy.
I don't.
I mean, you don't know.
But I don't have to. I know the news.
Oh.
I think sometimes you get a little news from Naboo.
I get a lot of the time. I almost purposely don't look at the news as much as I used to, just so I can kind of be.
Is it exciting when it comes from me?
Sometimes I'm like, what? Where did you hear that? That's crazy.
I hear it all.
I mean, most of the time I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Well, we're going to move into the next topic. Star Wars Visions Volume 3 has released its poster.
I'm assuming I'm seeing it now, or you're going to show me.
Oh, I showed it to you.
Yeah,
It's got the
I know.
3 like claw marks with all
I
the
know,
little characters
I'm
popping
just
out.
kind of giving you crap.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks good. I'm
I'm
excited for Visions
excited.
season. I like the
Yeah.
first 2 seasons.
You have
Really
to
good
remember,
stuff.
3 of the shorts are direct continuations from stories from Volume 1, because of course these ones all came back to Japanese studios. We also have the official names of the
I think
shorts.
we've heard some of them before, but yeah.
Well, we kind of did already, but I'm going to go through them again anyway, because it's
okay.
fun. We have The Duel Payback by Anima and Kamikaze Dogo. We have The Lost Ones, the sequel to The Village Bride,
Interesting, yeah.
by
Excited for that.
Kinema Citrus Co. The Ninth Jedi Child of Hope by Production IG. Yuko's Treasure, which is also by Cinnamon Citrus Co. The same ones who do The Village Bride are doing Yuko's Treasure.
No, there are 2 of them.
The Smuggler by Trigger. You'll remember the Trigger Studio.
Oh, Trigger, yes.
They did The Twins.
Yep.
The Bounty Hunters by Wit. The Song of Four Wings by Project Studio Q. The Birds of Paradise by Polygon Pictures, and Black by David Production.
Which we've heard quite a bit about. The
Yes, because
PTSD
that one
Stormtrooper
has been out there.
I think they saw that at Celebration, right? They showed that one?
Yeah, I think they've shown that one. This
Yeah.
is the second time they've shown that one, yes. But it will be available to stream on Disney Plus, October 29th.
You've already taken the day off of work.
Well, I haven't, but I'm going to.
Oh,
I think that was the plan. I have
thought
to go
you were
to.
a fan.
Don't you start with
Telling
me.
me you're excited and you haven't taken the day off of work yet.
Ugh. And then, of course, a reminder: Star Wars Visions Presents The Ninth Jedi is in development currently, based on both the shorts
I
in
was gonna ask,
season
is that
Volume
supposed
1
to be
and
like-
Volume
okay.
3.
Okay.
Yes, it's continuing off of the 2 shorts.
All right.
It's going to be 2026 release, as far as we've heard.
All right. I guess I have to wait.
I got a few pictures to sort out, so you've got them for this video, though.
Wow.
So it's about time to call it, huh?
Oh, in that case, then that is all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think. Starkiller, Skywalker, which one's better? Which one fits Luke more? Whatever the case may be, leave those comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.